Business Australia, my page, and this one all at the same time.
Okay, so we're live now on Facebook, it says.
Okay, welcome everyone to the Visibility Show. I'm your host, Melissa Groom, and I'm here today with my very special guest, Rosanna Mosca. Hi, Rosanna.
Hi, everyone. Great to be here. Thanks, Melissa.
You're welcome. So you're in the hot seat today, Rosanna, which means that we're going to have a strategy session to share with you how you can grow your business and be more visible online.
Great. Sounds awesome.
But first of all, let's talk about your business and tell me what you do.
All right. So, long story. I'll try and keep it succinct and short. So my name's Rosanna Mosca. I'm a naturopath, and I also have qualifications in psychotherapy, counselling, and clinical hypnosis. I've been doing this for the last 25 years. And we were living in Melbourne, and a year and a half ago we moved to sunny Queensland, and but I was keeping the practice going and traveling back to Melbourne to see my clients. But of course, as of March this year with COVID, we were unable to travel back. So I run this business with my husband, who is a remedial massage therapist. So I do all the mind and physical stuff, and he does all the body work. So it's quite holistic. In our practice in Melbourne, we had, a 6-room practice with lots of practitioners. But when we've moved here, we've opened another practice here in Tweed Heads on Bay Street, in border of Coolangatta and Tweed Heads. And we're both here, and it's exciting. So that's a little bit about me.
Excellent. So when you say you're a naturopath, tell me what types of things do people come to you for? But also, what I really want you to answer is, other than a naturopath, what other modalities do you use in your practice that make you stand out from other naturopaths?
Yeah, great. So I got into this through my mum, who was diagnosed with leukemia, and I was going through my last year of high school at the time, and she was going through her last stages of her illness. So I'd come home and she'd be unconscious on the ground, didn't know whether she was dead or alive. It was quite a stressful time. But long story short, she was referred to a naturopath, and a naturopath was able to help her. And what really stood clear to me was that what really helped her was not only the pills and potions and change of diet, but mostly giving her hope to live again. So it was her mindset. So from that moment, I made a decision that I'd learn everything I could about the mind. And that's really my passion. That's what I love working with. And I do that through the tools that I have, like psychotherapy, NLP, clinical hypnosis. But most importantly, one of the biggest tools in my toolbox is a technique called thought field therapy. So a lot of people have heard of EFT. Thought field therapy is the original technique. So I studied with Dr. Roger Callahan, who's the founder of tapping, and he's a clinical psychologist in the States. And I learned thought field therapy. So it has a 97% success rate. And one of the differences is that we have specific tapping points depending on what it is we're working on. So it's not just, the same points for everything. And I work with trauma, anxiety, fear, addictions, post-traumatic stress, a whole lot of things. So people come to see me for a physical problem. So it might be hormones, or, losing weight, or, rheumatoid arthritis, or gut problems, or whatever it is. And I look at it on a physical level, because once it's in the physical, it needs to be dealt with in the physical. So whether that's, through diet, nutrition, detoxing, gut repair, whatever, we do particular tests. So I do a hair bioprofiler test, which we take a strand of hair and send that off to Germany, and we get back a 26-page report to see what's out of balance in the body in terms of nutrition. So that's my roadmap to help on that physical level. But what I'm really interested in is working on, well, what's caused that? What's happening on an emotional level? What anger is stored in the body? Because as you know, all our emotions or all our thoughts are stored within our physical system. So by unlocking that and clearing that, that really paves the way to health and healing for your body. Does that make sense?
Absolutely. Do you believe that every illness is a result of our emotions?
I used to believe that, but from over the years, I think it's about your environment in terms of, it's a whole lot of things. So that could be one aspect. So it could start as a virus or as a bacteria in the system, and that you don't cause that by your thoughts, right? But if you are down emotionally and energetically, then that will cause that virus and bacteria to thrive or to, to activate, when maybe it wouldn't if you're in a good emotional state. Yes. So to answer your questions, not really. I used to think, we create our disease and all of that. And that's really hard to take, because it isn't. There are a lot of physical components in terms of toxins and our environment and viruses and bacteria that we take into our system. But our emotional and energy is whether those things ever get activated or not.
Yes. And so I love you've got a holistic understanding, a holistic approach. And I was talking to you this morning about some of the success stories that you've worked with clients, and in particular, you're working with clients who are on NDIS, which is fantastic that you can actually offer this opportunity to people on a low income that couldn't normally access these services. So I am so passionate about getting this information out to the world that if, Rosanna can work with you, with all her clients, many of them are online. So yes, you can come and see her at Tweed Heads if you're in this area, but if not, anywhere in Australia or the world, we can now access her services through this amazing technology. So if you know someone on NDIS, you have a child on NDIS or a family member that is struggling with health, which many of them are because they can't afford to go and see anyone, please share this video out with them. Just send it through them in Messenger rather than tag them, because you make it more a bit discreet. But yeah, let's get this help out to the people who are really struggling right now. I feel for anyone who doesn't have optimum health, we need to be as healthy as we can. We deserve to be healthy and happy and not having all of these ailments. So whether it's you or a family member that's suffering, please reach out to Rosanna. I've put her business page in the comments or in the description above here, so you can click on that, just book in and send her a little message and have a chat with her about how she can help you. So today we are going to be brainstorming some ideas how Rosanna can actually reach all those people around the world who are struggling and really need her help, because yes, we've got social media and we get overwhelmed with all of the things that we can do. And Rosanna's already very, very busy in her clinic. So we need to be able to work smarter. Yes, there's people that she needs to work with individually on a one-on-one basis, but she's also got group programs as well. So that's really great that she has made that move in her business so that she can leverage her time and work with more people, so she's not working 20 hours a day. So that's one great thing that you're doing. You're utilizing this Zoom or whatever platform you're using for those calls to reach people all around the world. So, I know that you've done my 30-day video challenge, Rosanna, and it's a challenge in itself to go, wow, doing videos every day, how am I going to fit more stuff into my day? So you'll know this from me saying this in the challenge, that if you go for a walk every day, Rosanna, you should be taking your mobile phone with you, and your selfie stick, or just in your hands, fine as well, and just talking to people online, your followers, your fans, your friends, sharing your beautiful views, sharing what you're grateful in the morning, and then perhaps you may just slip in a little a health tip, right, or a mindset tip, and just being out there and being that constant reminder to people, because it takes 27 touch points for people to know, like, and trust you. I would say in one video, you know, in a very short video, if you can show that you have got the solution to someone's problem, then very quickly it's not going to take 27 touch points. And I share this often with people who know my story, how I even got started online, and I Googled how to start an online business, and a video came up on page 1 of Google with a business coach sharing that she had a program, and I clicked buy now and bought her $2,000 program. So it works. You don't have to do a video every single day, but you look at the top influencers. I used to think, oh my gosh, they must love being on camera, because, you know, they're just on there putting everything up on their stories. And I shared this before. Why is my daughter watching all this? What's she getting out of it? But they were giving her inspiration. They were living a life where they're traveling the world, which is what she wants to do. And as I shared in other weeks, as soon as they launched their exercise gear or their health program or whatever it was, she just bought it without thinking, I need that. That's my friend. I want to support my friend. So that is the power of video. And we've got to get out of the fact, I know that people say build your personal brand and all that sort of stuff. But, you know, the one thing that is so great about being a small business owner is that we have got a competitive edge against corporates, because they don't connect with people the way that we do. So many people, as you know, Rosanna, that we meet and you feel like you know them. Like, you actually haven't met them in person, but you feel like you've known them because you've seen them so much on video. Or we might have been on a group, you know, networking meetup online or whatever. So I just want you to know that it's not an extra thing that you have to do. If you try and incorporate it into your daily you know, videos, that's the best thing that you can do. So sometimes you may just be like, we have days where we feel like being in front of the camera, and there's days we do not. And that's the truth, you know, for whatever reason. And although I always say it's not about you, it's about who's struggling, there's still days I don't want to get in front of the camera, right? And so that's where I've taught you in the 30-day challenge to, you know, create some little videos with some nice images and text and music, and make sure you've just got, at the end, you've got your call to action, which is your business details, how to contact you, and just put that up, you know, or repurpose something that you've put up before. We don't always have to be coming up with, you know, 365 days of content. You're better off also, like, if you're real time poor, I would suggest one video a week, but it's quality video, you know, and that will be better than just doing a video here and there whenever I feel like it, and it's not consistent. And, you know, my thing about shows, if you want to be top of mind in your industry, having your own show is the way to go. It'll position you way ahead of anyone else in your industry who are doing videos. Because people say, well, Mel, you know, I do videos all the time, so don't I have a show? Well, no, because people don't know that the show is on at the set day and the set time. To schedule that aside. My visibility show at the moment, Saturday, Sydney time, 12 to 1, where we do business in the hot seat. So just like my favourite show, The Voice, I'll know that it's on a Sunday night at 7:30 p.m, have dinner done, all the chores done, kids in bed, whatever, when they were younger, and be sitting on the couch to watch my favourite show. So it also, if people are looking at you, whether it's a potential client, whether it's an event organiser, someone who is an editor of a magazine or a podcast, they're going to look you up on LinkedIn. And if they see that you are the host of your own TV show, they're going to be like, okay, top of her game, right? And now that we can't get out and go and speak at events physically as much as we could before, we have to embrace this technology. And we have to get over the fear of, who am I to even do a TV show, right? Because 10 years ago when I started my show, I wasn't really even thinking about me or starting a show. It just all happened. And we had 8 women on our panel, 8 women on our panel of experts. So I'm redoing our Empowered Mums TV for 2021. I'll be looking for experts to be doing their live show on Mums in Business Australia every week, and giving people the opportunity to have a platform and an audience where they can grow their profile. So although with the technology now, we can stream on multiple pages at once. So it's not like you have to go and do one, you know, I didn't click on it this week because Zoom's been playing up for me. So I've just done it once on Sarah's page at the moment, but I'll download this and then upload it, schedule it out for my other business pages so that I'm getting leverage on my video, and also stick it up on my YouTube channel. And that's the thing that we don't do, is we just do a video. It may be great, but we don't go and then share it out or repurpose it. So we've got to just be a little bit smarter about our content, you know. And I know it's a lot to think about. You're like, oh my God, what do I do first? I would say get your show up and running. Set a day and a time where you're going to do your show, and you can do any, a show can be anything from a 1-minute video. So Nas Daily is the highest paid and most successful guy on Facebook Watch. So now with Facebook Watch, we can download the Facebook Watch app and watch it on our TV if we've got a smart TV. So that's why, you know, it's a bit daunting to think, oh my God, there's people watching me up on the big screen. It's most likely the teenagers who are doing that, not necessarily our demographic, because 80% of people will, you know, for mums in business, which are my demographic, they're on their mobile device, you know, either their phone or their laptop, which you should be looking at your insights, and you should know your demographic, know when they're going to be on. And it's like, when's a good time to do it? And I always say to my clients, the best time to do it, yes, is when your target market's on, but also when it suits you. Like, I know my target market in Mums in Business Australia are online 8 till 11 p.m. Now, I used to stay up all night to all hours, you know, 1, 2 in the morning until I got chronic fatigue. Okay. So now I value my health, and I understand the importance of sleep, because I'm like, I don't need sleep. It's boring. There's more fun things to do. I didn't want to go to sleep. I felt like there was, you know, anyway, so now if I want to reach an audience at 8 o'clock, I can pre-record something, use the live producer, the creator studio on your laptop for Facebook, and schedule in your pre-recorded videos, and they will go out as if they are live if you use the Premiere video. So if you are pre-recording a show like that, yes, you still do need to, you know, go back and look at the comments, try and be there live if you can. I mean, obviously if you're going away on holidays or whatever, that's not possible. You could possibly get your VA to do it, but I'm not a big fan of having virtual assistants respond to your comments. It's just not, it's not the same. It's not the reason why we get on and follow you on your page. So yeah, I'm not boo-hooing anyone who, you know, has a team of VAs who do that. I know Gary V, he wouldn't be answering all of his comments on all the platforms that he streams on all the time. So, excuse me for looking down at the moment. I'm just going onto my phone to check the comments. So Rosanna, what's coming up for you? I've given you a heap of information. I want you to come back to me now with some questions about what I've said.
All right. So, wow. I wish I took some notes there, because now it's like, whoa, what did she say?
Watch the replay, Lucky.
Yeah. Good idea. Yeah, it's exciting. What's coming up for me is it's exciting, but it's also overwhelming. So for me, what works best is like a methodical step-by-step, like, you know, do this and do that. And I know sometimes, you know, the world is not that way, and you have to kind of go with the flow and, you know, do all of that. But yeah, it's really organization and being able to systemize, organize, you know, that's what I love. So that there is a particular goal in mind, that goal is set, that intention is set. And, you know, it may be something, you create something even greater than what your original thought is, because you know, you're amazing, you know, creators. So, but there has to be that clear intention and that clear purpose and that clear why, and then, you know, taking those systematic steps along the way. So it, almost like a blueprint. And that's where the overwhelm comes up and goes, where do I start? I want to do that, but you know, where's where's that first step?
Yeah, exactly. Well, I do have a web TV blueprint, you know, so I have a program that takes you through step by step. But if you're anything like me, I'll have a program sitting on my computer and because there's so many programs we buy. How many, put your hand up, say in the comments below, have you ever bought a program, looked at it once or twice, got overwhelmed and then gone, So I don't sell any of my programs without me. So you can work with me one-on-one or in a group, just depending on what suits you. But I know I'm the type of person that works with a coach side by side. They tell me, this is step one, go do this. This is step two, do that, So
that works for me too.
Yeah. And that's different personalities.
Yeah.
Some people have got my program and said, didn't come to any of the group mentoring and just read it and went off and did it. And that's great to them. They obviously understand the whole concept. But when it's very new, and you're also a mum, you're also a very busy businesswoman. So we need to schedule that time in where we sit together and we do it together. I've got a client, we do everything together side by side. She comes to my house or we go down to the local beach club and we sit there with our laptops and make sure it gets done, because otherwise she goes home and says, I forgot what you said.
Yeah, that would be me. It would be side by side, click here, do this, and then you feel like you have actually achieved something. So yeah.
For
and
sure.
I forgot to say too, Melissa, and I always forget this when I tell the story about my mum who was given 6 months to live, and she went to see the naturopath and she helped her. My mum's now 86, so she's still alive.
Oh, that's good to hear.
Yeah, I always forget that bit, and she's a true inspiration. And now I'm her naturopath. So
wow. You had told me that once, but that's the type of thing I really encourage you, Rosanna, to put yourself out there as a speaker and be interviewed on podcasts, because people need to hear this information. And it's not just, hi guys, I'm a naturopath. This is, my mum saved her life from going through this, and this is why I'm so passionate about it. And people, as you can see from watching my videos and getting to know, like, and trust me during the 30-day challenge, and all the other beautiful people in that community, we feel your energy. And so we're much more likely going to want to work with you. There are more eyes on Facebook than there are on YouTube. There are more video views on Facebook than there are YouTube. There's a time and a place for YouTube. That's great for how-to videos. And as I said, I download this video and I put it up on my channel. But Facebook is where your people are, right? Your target market, that the people that you want to work with. So we can be on multiple platforms. There are streaming softwares where you can stream on YouTube and Facebook at the same time. But I'm not a big fan of. I've seen other people, and look, please, I'm not putting anyone down. I just commend anyone who's doing any video of any sorts, because it takes a lot of courage to get over yourself and know it's not about you. But what I don't like personally is if I'm watching you on Facebook, but they're like, hey guys, we're on live over here on YouTube as well, and and by the way, do this, and like it's a disconnect. And I know Gary Vee says be on all the platforms, but guys, don't overcomplicate it. When, as I said, when you stream on multiple platforms, you're going to get multiple comments. And if you don't engage and interact back with other people, then, you're not building that relationship. So hello, everyone watching at home. I'd love for you to put in the comments below. Tell me what you do in your business, because if you're here, hopefully you're getting some tips, and we're here to connect with each other and give yourself a shout out by putting your business name in the comments below. Any other questions or things?
I'd like to know a little bit more about your visibility show, or your TV show, and specific, like what that looks like, and is it how long it's for, and all of that.
Well, the beauty of having your own show is that you are the director, and so you can do whatever you like. I mean, I started off the visibility show doing, my 10 top tips. So if you go back and look, I've started maybe four weeks ago, and I've done 10 tips how to monetize your message, or 10 tips how to be more visible online, or different things like that. And I thought, we used to do business in the hot seat when I ran my women's networking group on the Gold Coast, and I know everyone got a lot of value out of that. So I thought, well, I'm going to bring that back into my show, because it'll show my audience that I can work with multiple industries, and it showcases my expertise. It gives you guys an opportunity to be seen, so there's a double-edged sword there. As I said before, you can bring in a client and talk online and do a similar thing. You can do a Q&A. I'm not sure, some of your clients wouldn't want to talk about their issues online, but you may get some business women that say, I'm absolutely fine to come and talk with you and share my vulnerabilities or share what illnesses I'm suffering. In fact, they might find that that is actually a really good healing place for them to say, well, I'm ready now to share my story with the world, and I'm working with Rosanna and she's helping me through. So if we don't ask, we don't know either. And your show doesn't have to be the same format every week. I mean, yes, I follow TV shows and they have the same format, but people want variety too. People love to have certainty, but they love variety. And I remember a mentor saying to me, always throw in a little bit of an element of surprise and delight. So all of a sudden I could next week come in and hey guys, I'm actually doing a giveaway on the show. And I've got NAS Cosmetics is giving away a lipstick. So all you got to do is go to over her business page, send the code in, Melissa Groom or whatever, and she'll pick a winner, right? So that's the great thing about this, is we have to all collaborate together and go, well, how can we make this fun? We've got this amazing opportunity right now where Sarah's got this platform that she's worked very hard, all organically, to have 80,000 followers here on this platform. But we need to still work together and think. I've got so many clients and business owners that I've met over the last 10 years that I can give exposure to on this show. So you become a media outlet as well. You can have sponsors for your show, like we had the Greater Building Society sponsored my women's networking group on the Gold Coast. You can collaborate with corporates. Like, anything is possible. And that's what you've got to ask, is what is possible? Mm. And there's no one size fits all. You could do a 3-minute show, 3 or 4 minute Facebook Live each day, like NAS Daily does. Or you can change it up. So it's about brainstorming, with someone like me who can go, well, what's going to be fun? What's going to give value? We'll have a panel show. Will I bring in, we can have up to 6 people on StreamYard, on Zoom. I don't know how many. You can have 25 on each screen, and then you can swipe across, and then you got another, so that's unlimited. That's what I'm trying to say. And if we want to grow our profile, the best way we can do that is to start with interviews. So you could, even though you want to be seen as the expert, you sort of think, well, why am I going to have other people being on my show? Because someone watching might go and buy their products and services and I get nothing. Well, it all goes around in swings and roundabouts, and the right person will hear the right message. Like, I'm doing my show. I'm hoping that there's someone watching that wants to improve their health and will message your business page. And that is a win-win for me, because that shows you, Rosanna, video works. Okay?
Yeah.
So, anything else?
No, that's great. Lots of good tips. And we'll have to talk more about how we can implement it all.
Yeah. So you've been through my 30-day challenge. Tell me, what did you get out of it?
Well, to never give up. So I lots of stuff comes up in doing that. The biggest thing for me was how important it is for me to actually use my voice. And what I recognized, the blocks and the limitations, it became very evident in this challenge, the blocks that I have around that. But as equally evident was the desire and the need, and how much I absolutely have to move past those blocks and continue doing it. So I'll be back for the next challenge, and I'll keep going until I complete it completely. So every time I do it, it's better and better. So yeah, it's just great. It's such a great community, and some great daily tips. I loved the whole messenger, system that you had this time, where we just got, what we had to do for that day. And it was
yes, thank you to Veronica McDermott, who's a launch. I think I get it wrong every time, but she's a chatbot copywriter. I think that's what she calls herself, and a launch copywriter. Yeah,
that was awesome. That I really, really love that. So it's hard to put in words specifically what I got, but there was definitely transformation. So, and it hasn't scared me off doing it again. In fact, I'm really excited to continue. Yeah.
Excellent. Well, thank you for sharing that. And for anyone watching, the next 30-day video challenge is on the 15th of November. I share a video tip for you every single day, and a task, but the tasks are not compulsory. There are people who've done this challenge 10 times over before they've gone and worked with me to do their TV show. And it's an amazing global community where people collaborate and work together. I've got a couple of them who just did our last challenge who are running a retreat together, and they've never met each other, but they've just met each other through the video challenge, and that just warms my heart to know that they're doing that. So I'll put a link below to the next challenge, and I offer it. You can do it on your own. When I say do it on your own, it means you do your videos and watch my videos, and give feedback to other people's videos, because what you give out is what you'll get back. And then I also offer the group mentoring, where you come with me on Zoom once a week to ask any questions, or work with me one-on-one. So normally I don't sell one-off packages, because as Rosanna will say, when you want results, you need to work with somebody for a minimum of 3 to 6 months to actually transform and get results. So my longer programs outside of the 30-day video challenge are for 6 and 12 months. So we can really help you get results in your business. But thank you so much for joining us today, Rosanna. It's an absolute pleasure to have you on the show. You keep going out there, and what do I say?
Shine bright. The world needs you.
Okay, thank you everyone for watching, and please put any questions down below. I'll put the link for the 30-day challenge. I'd love for you to join us, because you are amazing. You are here to make a difference. You matter, and so does your message. So I'd love to connect with you. Have an amazing day, everyone. Bye.
Thank you.